Welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger, and we are pleased to be joined by the man who coaches the number 13 ranked team, 12 or 14, depending on which poll you like to use. The BYU Cougars, one of the two teams that will be participating in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl on Saturday afternoon on ABC. He is Kalani Sitake. Coach, how are you?
Doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, it's a pleasure, and welcome to Shreveport. How was the trip? Everything good? Y'all got settled in okay?
Oh, it's awesome. We've been really enjoying the food. I'm saying that for me personally. But
sure.
The hospitality, the people, it's amazing. We're having a great time, and this has been a first class event. We're really excited about the game coming up in the weekend, but so far the trip has been amazing for our players and for our staff.
That's actually a perfect kind of jumping off point because look, you're a top 25 team. You've had an amazing year. Had more wins than just about anyone else in college football over the last 2 years. What do you get out of a bowl game, not just on the field, but also off the field for you and your guys?
Well, I've been in college football for a long time, so I've been in a lot of different bowl games. And I can tell you that the way the Independence Bowl rolls is unbelievable, and we know. We feel the love from them. I'm just telling you, this is a wonderful experience that we're having. In terms of the professional part of it, my job as a head coach is the extra practices that we have, the time to develop our players. Other than get another time to play together, it's really a time for us to think about the future and providing the young guys some extra practices. You think about those extra practices. If you're not bowl eligible, you miss out on them. You just lose them all. So this allows us to get out there and practice and be together, but at the same time, finish it off with another game together. And to do it in a wonderful city like Shreveport and to be around wonderful people that want us here, and we're excited to be here.
Well, we certainly are happy to have you. Obviously, you're the highest-ranked team we've had in the Independence Bowl, which is amazing. It's interesting, though, because you're still an independent. You'll obviously be transitioning to the Big 12 coming up. Was there some disappointment that, hey, we thought maybe there's a chance we'd be in a New Year's Six type bowl, or is it, because you were locked into Shreveport unless you got into that New Year's Six bowl. Was there some disappointment there that didn't quite get accomplished?
No, I know there's some disappointment with the fans and other people, but I want to tell you, our team is full of gratitude and appreciation. And so we knew before the season started that we lost a lot of production in our team. We had 5 guys get drafted and another 8 from last year's team that signed free agent deals in the NFL. So we knew we'd have to step up and replace a lot of production, and the guys did well this year, And the goal going into the season was for us to play at our best. We have only 12 opportunities, so we'll try to find a way to play at our best 12 times, and hopefully earn the opportunity, the right to play another game together in the bowl game, and that's what we've done. Now, how it all shapes up, I can tell you one thing, that we only control the things that we can control, and that's go where we want to go, where we're asked to go, and when we're given opportunities, really be thankful for them. And I've been really impressed with our team, impressed with our staff, their approach to everything in life, and even their approach to this game. But I can tell you one thing, that we've seen Independence Bowl officials at 3 of our games this year, and so they've become kind of like a mainstay where we're just getting used to seeing them quite a bit. And so when the announcement became official for us to be here in Shreveport, we were really excited about it. And now we're here, and I'm telling you that it's even more than we expected, and I couldn't be more thankful to play in this bowl game, and really thankful for the people of Shreveport for inviting us here and being so welcoming. But also just want to give a lot of credit to the people that run the bowl, the committee and everyone that runs this bowl game. I think it's been amazing. And even before we got here, we were treated like royalty, so we really appreciate that.
Well, and I just want to let you know, come Saturday, you're going to hear one of the smoothest PA voices you've ever heard in your entire life at the Independence Bowl. It may be me. I can't say that for sure, but it could be me. And actually, I do want to thank you, Coach, because you are going to come into town and bring the toughest assignment I've ever had. Your roster is amazing to look at with the guys you've got on there. But I do want to kind of talk a little bit about that, because obviously there is a lot of cultural flair on your roster, you being from Tonga to start with. Tell me about how you approach recruiting and bringing in some of the guys that you're able to bring in and having those type of personal relationships.
Well, we're really big on just the culture running. It's being a big part of the player-driven culture. Obviously, it's just like running a family. You'd love to have your kids be involved in the collaborating for what they want to get done, including dinner. But there's some guidance that you need to do as parents is to make sure that they're eating food that actually matters. If I left it up to my kids to get dinner, we'd be eating candy bars and ice cream.
Yeah,
which is okay. I'm okay with that once in a while. You know what I mean? But you
right.
can't make a living doing that. So I think it's important for us to involve the players into what we do as a program and a culture. I feel like empowering them with that allows them to grow and flourish as leaders, and then they know that we trust them. But I think it's important for us to communicate as well as we can with the players and include them. And I was very fortunate as a player to play here at BYU under Lavelle Edwards, and he did that for us. And so we want to get our brand out there for everybody to hear, because there's a lot of people that fit our style of play and fit our culture. And to be honest with you, it's just directly in line with what we do with our religion, that we are a faith-based culture and team, and we want to thrive and do as well as we can off the field as much as we can on the field. I believe in playing with sportsmanship and integrity on the field as well as being off the field, and that's hard to do when you're playing a physical game like football. But I think we can do that, and in the end of it, for us to recognize that we are disciples of Christ, and we should take care of each other and love each other as much as we can.
Kalani Sitake, head coach for the BYU Cougars. You mentioned style of play, and you've obviously had a good chance to look over UAB, your opponent, for this ball game. Does it feel like y'all are in some way mirror images of each other, both balanced offenses, both really solid defenses? It feels like y'all are very similar.
Oh, definitely, and there's tons of respect that we have for UAB, and I have tons of respect for Bill Clark as a coach. And you see on film the things that they do on film. It's very you said it, very familiar for what we see, and that's play a physical, tough brand of football, but also play smart. And I'm going to tell you, I've been really impressed with the fundamentals and the technique that I'm seeing on film. And he's going to get the most out of his guys. They play with this great excitement and energy, and we're really looking forward to the matchup. I think it's going to get the most out of our guys. I know we'll get their best shot. Hopefully we can give them ours this Saturday as well. But whatever happens, whatever the result of the game, we're really looking forward to becoming better because of sharing the field with UAB and finding ways to test ourselves and find a way for us to become stronger and better.
All right, for those that are, and I mentioned you're very balanced offensively, good defense. I mean, you're holding your opponents under 400 yards, which in this day and age of college football is pretty impressive. But for those that are coming to attend, maybe they're locals that just are there to support the bowl game. Maybe they're UAB fans that are coming in, or maybe don't know anything. Kind of describe for a person who's never seen your team what BYU football is.
Well, I think we're going to just play the game and have fun as much as we can. I think that's my job as a coach, is to make sure that the coaching takes place in all the prep, and then when it comes game day, we let them shine, let them go, and we'll make mistakes, but we're going to try to find ways to overcome them with energy and effort. And but more than anything, I love coaching these young men because they love the game of football. They know that they represent all the sacrifices of their own families to get them where they're at. And so if we can keep them in that mode of appreciation, might as well go out and have a good time and enjoy the game. And we're looking forward to the matchup. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But that's pretty much all I can say. I can't make any really statements on anything else other than we're going to try our best to entertain everybody, but at the same time have tons of respect for our opponents and try to play the game with sportsmanship.
Who do we then look out for? Obviously, you have a 1,400-yard rusher. You've got a 2,500-yard passer. You've got multiple weapons on the receiving side. But kind of give us just a couple of names to look out for on the offensive side and the defensive side, guys that you think people will want to watch.
Well, I think this game is going to be, when you look at teams that are kind of very similar in the way that they operate, I think you got to look at the line of scrimmage. So I'm talking about UAB's O-line and D-line versus our O-line and D-line. and those guys never get the credit and the recognition. But I think if you just look up front to the line of scrimmage, you're going to see some battles there, and it's going to be a tough one for us. I know, because UAB plays so well up front. They're very big, physical, and athletic at the same time. So that's where I would say for people to look at, and I think it'd be fun to watch that, and it's good to give the linemen some credit.
Mm-hmm. Well, as a former O lineman and a guy who's, I'm 6'4", 285, or 295, so I do love giving linemen credit, no doubt about that. Coach, I know it's got to be kind of a little bit different having signing day. Obviously, the December signing day has only been around for a few years, and you add to that on signing day you're off in Louisiana. What's that been like, trying to kind of get your class signed and get what you need to get done while you're not back at home?
It's been great. We signed 19 guys today, and I think for our recruiting, early signing days we're going to be on our guys right from the beginning. So we're looking forward to that always being the majority of our signees will be on the December signing day, and then we'll wrap it up. And when it comes to February, but right now I feel really good about our efforts. I feel good about how fast-paced recruiting has gone, and I'm okay with it. Whatever the NCAA throws at us, we're going to just adjust and make it work for us, and try to find a way to make it a strength.
Do you obviously you just signed a nice contract extension? You're a guy that you obviously have the kind of the BYU roots going now, and obviously having played there, and you mentioned Lavelle Edwards, who's one of the most legendary coaches of all time. Are you concerned at all with kind of where college football is going in terms of the portal, the number of players that are able to move, but also the coaches who are taking off? You were seeing coaches fired a year or two into their tenure. I'm concerned, and I call college football for a living, Coach, and I'm concerned about what seems to be sort of the transient nature of college football right now, and it doesn't appear to be slowing down at all.
Yeah, it seems to be going really fast, but I think for us to keep our identity, I know that there's a lot of people that want to go really quickly, and in order to do that, sometimes a lot of stuff gets bypassed, meaning the details and the things that matter. For us, it's the culture, the fit. It's not about the money. And so even in my contract, that was never about, the extension was never about just me. It was about the opportunities that our players get and the resources that our staff and our coaching support staff gets. And so that for me, it's all inclusive. But I think there's a saying that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And we plan on doing this going together. And I know that things are moving really quickly. I think there's a way to be up to date, but also have some old school principles that matter. And maybe we'll miss out on a few players that people think are just great, these great, fantastic athletes. But for me, it's the character. I know people rate talent with the stars. I look at character and work ethic, and I think if we can focus on those things, look at the right guys that fit our program, and the right guys that will motivate our fans to get excited about our team.
Kalani Sitake, head coach for the BYU Cougars. Coach, last thing, you mentioned, you've gotten some good food. I know you're going to continue to get some good food. Louisiana is kind of an interesting place because we're sort of East Texas, but we're also part of Louisiana. Is there anything on that end of things, the culinary end of things, that you're most looking forward to, or that you've already tried since you've been here?
Well, I don't get this body from being really picky on food, but I can tell you one thing, that the food here has been amazing, and so I'll try anything. I mean, I've had a lot of different experiences in food, and I'm a different kind of guy. So whenever you're thinking of vacation, people want sandy beaches and warm weather. I think about food first. I'm looking at the different places. I just don't know if it ever can be called a vacation if you can't eat right. Who cares about the weather? If the food isn't right, then that's all I care about. So I'm probably a little bit different that way, but I have a feeling you're with me on that.
Yes, you are absolutely correct, Coach. My idea of a vacation is going to cross off about 10 Texas Monthly Top 50 barbecue restaurants off the old list. That's kind of my idea of a vacation.
We ought to hang out together.
Yes.
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes. Well, as I like to say, and feel free to steal this if you like, although you're not, I wouldn't call you fat. You're just a big dude. I'm a little more of a fat guy. but I like to tell people, always trust that the fat guy knows where the good food is. So if I tell you where to go, chances are you're going to enjoy it. And speaking of, Coach, if you need any recommendations, your SID has my number. You holler at me. I will take care of you. We'll make sure you get hooked up with all the good stuff. I know the Bowl's going to take care of you as well. So good to have you here. Congratulations on the tremendous season. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much. God bless.
All right. Kalani Sitake, the head coach of the BYU Cougars.